All right, fellas, we're back on another Roblox game. This one just released, and it's actually called Anime Final Quest. It's in its beta phase, but what game is it nowadays? So I know by the UI and the look of it, you might think it's a TD game, but it is not. This is not some TD schlop. I just guess they decided to go with the aesthetic for whatever reason, but it does not play like a tower defense game. We do have a couple of miscellaneous things in the lobby here that we can interact with, and I will go ahead and do that. I don't really know much about the game at all. I'm just gonna head right down into play so you guys can see how it looks like, and then we'll start exploring everything else. So again, just bear with the UI. I know it looks like we'll do this with one player, right? We can do it on hard, normal. I will do it on normal. But yeah, again, just bear with the UI. I know it looks like a TD game, but it isn't. You guys will see what I mean. All right, so check this out. We have a little helicopter over here, and this is what you'll see before you spawn into an actual lobby. And as you guys can tell, this is the game. So it's kind of like Hunty Zombie and all these other zombie-esque games that have been releasing lately. With a mix of, like, again, TD elements, but this is my first ability called Frozen Death. So the VFX, the combat, and stuff like that, it's pretty decent if I happen to say so myself. We also have Venom Jump, which looks like this. And then our last ability is called Void Slash, which looks really cool. Now, we have nothing on our F key and nothing on our X key, but I think we unlock those as we level up. But yeah, that's pretty much how the game plays. There's other components to it that we'll figure out as far as like the systems in the lobby, if you will. But the game's been doing pretty good, you know. I saw it earlier today at 1,000 players. It's already at about 7,000 players. So, you know, people must be digging the game. If unlike most games, which release on Roblox nowadays, they release with a high player count and then they fall off like by the hour. This one's actually gaining players by the hour. So I think people seemingly are enjoying this one. That's also pretty interesting because we are gaining levels and XP as we defeat these enemies. I don't know if this is just going to be tied to this specific lobby instance, or if the XP and levels that we gain here is going to be retained, and basically you might not even need to complete a mission or battle in order for you to actually keep and retain your level and XP, which is pretty nice. It would be pretty nice if that's the case. So right now we're currently on wave 5. Not too sure how many waves in total they're going to be, but so far so good. Some of these guys are getting a couple of hits on us, so if there's 10 total waves, we might not make it to that, but we'll see. We'll keep trying. All right, guys, so surprisingly, we have made it to wave 8, and we are getting our HP replenished because some of these guys are dropping like little health packs, as you guys can see. So yeah, I take back what I said. We should be able to clear this out and get this done, even if it is 10 waves or more. So I believe we have ultimates in this game, because if you guys look above my skills in the bottom center, we have a press G icon. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, this is the boss here. So 100% I think after this we'll be done. So let me go ahead and just use my skills first. I'll use all my skills. And oh boy. All right, this is gonna be a pretty tough battle, I think. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and press the G key. And it is gonna be, I think an awakening, actually, not even an ultimate. Yeah, so that is an awakening, and oh my days, you do a lot of damage in this awakening, dude. Holy smokes. Okay, so yeah, this awakening is best suited to be used on the boss, in my opinion, because we are doing an ungodly amount of damage. Now, it could be because we are literally a noob and we're level 1. Well, we just started playing, but we're level 6 now, technically. But I wanted to say that it seems that this game is going to favor more towards team play than solo play. Obviously, we are getting it done solo, but it is very tough. Again, it could be because, you know, we are a noob and low leveled. But I just think it's just a matter of like possibly this one being one of those games where, you know, it's best suited if you play with other people. Now, I do have to be careful here because we are very low HP and we're almost about to get cooked. We should still get this done as long as we just run away and only attack him when we have our abilities active. All right, chat, we're gonna go back in here, use this ability, and there you go. That should be it. Okay, so wave 10 has been done. Is that everything? I hope it is. All right, we got some coins that dropped, and indeed it was. All right, lit. So we're level 6. We got our first mission, lobby, whatever you want to call it, dunsies. All right, so back in the lobby, we're gonna use some codes here. Release is one of the codes. Oh my God, you need to join the group. All right, I'm not doing that, but I'll show you guys the codes. So release is one of them. Release 2 is another one of the codes. Then they have AFQ Peak. You guys can use that one. And the last one is going to be oGVexx or oGVexx, whatever you want to call it. So make sure to use those codes if you join the group, but I'm not doing that. I feel like, bro, it's 2026. It's played out, bro. We're basically in 2026. It's played out. Like, stop making it so that you have to join a group to use codes, bro. Like, anyways, they do have a trait system, and it seems that it's tied to your actual weapon. So right now we only have one weapon. They do have gears, which is a spin system. So I'm not really quite too sure what gears are. I don't even think we have a gear currently. Yeah, we don't, because it says none in the smack center. But that might have been one of the icons or keys that were empty when we were fighting, right? Because I think the F key was empty, and then the X key as well. So additionally, we do have weapons here. This is where we'll be able to get weapons. So right now we have the King Ripper, which is literally these daggers, and that's a rarity. It does seem that we do have one lucky spin, and we can do normal spins with 3,000 cash. We have 8,000. Let's go ahead and see if we get lucky with this. And okay, we got Hawkeye. So Hawkeye is Mihawk's sword. I guess we'll keep that. We'll check it out, and then we'll spin off of it, because you guys know sometimes it's not all about rarity. You can have like a legendary that's okay, but the epic might be a little bit better in certain aspects, right? So but yeah, we have that. We also have a shop, which is just a bunch of like Robux related things. As you guys can tell, lots of game passes, all my days, and dev products. They also have quests that you can claim rewards from over here, guys. So like, for example, we have one done here. And then we have a crafting UI button here, where you can craft like different things to give you bonuses, if you will. And we only have 3 things that we can craft in the game right now. So in the play area, they have like these purple teleporters and then these rare ones. I thought they were different, but no, it's basically all in all the same thing. Wait a minute, this one down in the middle might be. No, they're all the same. So yeah, so we've unlocked, summon stations at level 7+, so level 6, but we can basically try this again. I'm gonna do it on normal, just because honestly we want to use Mihawk's sword or moveset here to see how good it is, and the only adequate way to gauge it is to use the same difficulty as the other daggers that we were using, right? The King Ripper. All right, so let's check this out. Okay, we are not as fast as far as like our M1s compared to the little daggers that we had before, but we are doing a substantial amount of damage. Now we're gonna get all these guys together. We're gonna start using some of our abilities here. First ability we have is called Soul Entry, which is like a forward slash and dash. Then we have, well, let me clear these guys out and start off wave 3. Hold on. But yeah, then we have Kitchen Slicer, which looks like this. That does a bunch of like range attacks, which is pretty nice. And then after that, we have Triple Life, which is another long distance range attack. Pretty nice. I like this moveset just off the strength that, you know, you have a lot of like range, if you will. And call me crazy for this, I don't really see us doing as much burst damage as we did with the daggers when we use our abilities. But again, you have the added benefit of having like all that range, if you will, when you use your attacks, as you guys can tell. All right, guys, we are basically almost at wave 10 here. We just have this one last minion to defeat, and yeah, we got this done super easily, man. Being at a distance is a tremendous advantage when attacking, and you don't have to get up close and personal like you do with the daggers with this weapon, so that's like a tremendous upside. But like I keep trying to tell you guys, as you can see with the amount of damage that we're doing, it's not as much burst damage with our abilities. I feel like at least 2 out of the 3 abilities that we have underperform in comparison to the burst damage that we were doing with the daggers. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong on that. You know, this obviously is a higher rarity weapon, but let's go ahead and awaken here. And the awakening is going to look different. We have like green VFX, obviously, you know, different animation with Mihawk's sword. And oh, we also gained an attack that time around. Okay, no, yeah, definitely Mihawk's moveset is way better, bro. Like, what do you mean? You know, we did get a buff to our attack damage output with our daggers, but this one ability that we just used right there for our awakening, it does so much damage. Wow, that was insanely easy, bro. All right, so yeah, we got that done. That was, like I said, a night and day difference from our first attempt. Granted, first time we tried this, you know, we were level 1, but wowzers, that is insanely easy. All right, with that being said, we're gonna go back into weapons here. We're gonna try our luck so we can spin a couple more times. Let's just waste our cash first, before we try the one lucky spin that we have, because you never know, we might get really lucky. Like I said, get a legendary, get a mythic just by spinning with some in-game cash here. So last spin here, let's see what we get. Come on, can we get lucky? All right, we got Hawkeye again. All right, lucky spin. Let's see what we get. Come on, at least give us Hawkeye again if you don't give you a legendary. And indeed, that's what happened. All right, whatever. Now, I could have actually gotten myself a little gear here. So, oh, you can buy... You can buy luck, but it's per spin. That is actually the most cheesy, bro. These Roblox apps just get greedier and greedier, bro. Like, bad enough that some games just give you a potion, but not this game. This game wants luck per spin, bro. My dear God. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and give this a shot over here. This is the level 7 summon station. Let's see how this map looks. All right, take a look, chat. This is a little subway station here. This actually looks pretty nice. I like the lighting and everything. Ooh, check it out. Yeah. This stage is actually really sick, bro. So I think this might be a solo leveling stage, obviously. And yeah, we just got a bunch of goblins here. This might be a bit tough since we're doing it basically at the recommended level. But I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get this done. This Hawkeye moveset is really good, bro. And like I said, this Hawkeye moveset could be just this good and the legendaries are better, but maybe it's situational. I don't know, right? Some games, it's obviously just all rarity. Like if you get a legendary, bro, that legendary is just busted, way more busted than an epic. But I'm just telling you, like the distance that you have on this epic moveset, on your M1s, on your ability is just extremely beneficial, bro. Especially for these type of games. All right, so on wave 5, what was the boss at wave 10 on the other stage is a regular minion for us here. That is pretty interesting. I mean, we are doing a good amount of damage to it. It's way easier, so there's that. But okay, let's see what the boss is going to be at wave 10. And by the way, I think level 8 is the point in which leveling becomes a little bit harder because we are barely gaining any XP in comparison to, you know, how we were gaining XP before earlier in the game. Like this is kind of crazy low-key, but I mean, I guess. All right, guys, so we are basically on wave 10 now. This should be the boss, unless they make this... Oh, no, yeah, it is going to be the boss. So I was going to say, unless they make this a little bit longer lived than the previous stage that we did before. But, all right, this boss just hit us. We'll go ahead and use our ultimate real quick just to do some damage. I don't think this is going to be too hard, honestly, because he's already like at 89 HP. I don't know why, but that wasn't really damaging him. My M1s were damaging him though. And he does have a snare ability, which entangles you and you're unable to move. Like that is no bueno. But I mean, we're doing okay so far. He does also have poison spit, which does a lot of damage. Man, this boss could be a little bit tough actually. Hold on a minute. Let's pick up this heal. And I think we're just gonna run around until yeah, we got our abilities back and then just use them at a distance, if you will. All right, guys, the boss is almost cooked. Literally one more attack and there you go. And that was that. Now this one was a lot tougher than the first boss that we faced, but nothing we couldn't do, as you guys can tell. Great. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, like, we're stuck on the freaking loading screen to get out of the lobby, but I was only concerned because I'm like, man, maybe it might not count the rewards that we got. I don't really know. However, now we can go into the gears here and we can do some spins, right? So let's see what we get. Can we get lucky? And we got Bloodhammer. Okay, so I don't know what Bloodhammer does, but I think gears are just gonna be like support abilities that you can use while you're out and about effectively. So I guess we can go back in there and check out what that gear ability is gonna do. All right, chat, check it out. So gears are actually on your F key, and we are gonna go ahead and get a couple of these guys near us real quick. So press the F key right here, and that's how that's gonna look. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. That is pretty much gonna sum it up for us. So let me know what you guys think about this game. If you guys want to see this be a series, just drop a like on the video and support your boy. Appreciate you guys.